honestly, my first impression was, damn, this guy is a big deal sa Pinas. Businessman, an attorney.
Legal systems exist in time by preserving legal knowledge and reasoning. In the Philippines kasi, our problem is the law is bent. The law is bent for political purposes. You are the weak man who doesn't take responsibility and you let the woman lead. What do you think will make our society then?
Hello, what's up everybody? TGP! Here we are with a special guest dito sa Global Pinoy. Attorney Dexter, welcome to TGP, the Global Pinoy podcast. It's really good to have you here.
Good day, Rico.
Nice,
Great to be here.
So a little bit of a backstory dito. When I first got to know you this year, we were doing your investment consultation sa portfolio mo here in Singapore sa financial markets. And honestly, my first impression was, damn, this guy is a big deal sa Pinas, you know, a businessman, an attorney, owns one of the most innovative technologies in the Philippines. So I better put my best foot forward, and I wanted to keep it 100% professional. Straight to business, mga joke, no personal side, just finance lang talaga. But you know what, bro? When you came here, I realized parang we suddenly just clicked. We ended up talking not just about finance, investment, but also about philosophy. I remember you were sharing sila Socrates, sila Plato, yung mga great Stoics, right? Sila Marcus Aurelius. And of course, na-click tayo dun sa opinions natin about the masculine and feminine natures. And even yung lack of accountability na nakikita natin sa mga tao ngayon. So, ito yung mga topics na mahirap pag-usapan with other people, right? And But then here we are, just to let everybody know, we're doing the First Step podcast with Patrick and Ram. Yeah, trying to bring those values to light, So, bro, thank you for being here again.
Appreciate it, bro. Excited to be here.
Yeah, let's start with your story, bro. So, bro, lawyer ka by profession, di ba? Yeah, and then, kailan ka huling na ganun nag-practice ng law actually? Tell us more about your story.
Rico, hindi ako nag-practice eh.
Okay, okay.
What I did is when I was studying law like more than 15 years ago, I thought of having my own business. Kasi alam mo, nakita ko sa mga lawyers, since nag-intern ako as a law student sa isang law firm, they're always rushing, they're always stressed, pressured with deadlines. Sabi ko, I don't want to live like this. So I don't want to parang my time being occupied by other people's problems. Might as well deal with my own problem. So before I thought about my legal ways, I thought about other businesses. So I met with Filipino inventors, offering them to commercialize their inventions. Pero nakita ko, hindi ganun kaganda yung mga inventions, to be honest, sa mga Filipinos. Hindi talaga inventions ang benta nila. Bato that can heal you. Sabi ko, hindi yata pwede. Or parang sound system na hindi mo alam kung ano yung technology niya. So sabi ko, okay, good try. And then I thought about what we're doing in law school. It's hard to, Rico, to study law kasi ang daming readings. You need to photocopy a lot of books. You need to spend money in buying readings and, good books sa law. So sabi ko, why don't we digitize these articles? These are legal knowledge database from these books and from cases. That's when it started. So I formed a team. Try natin, i-digitize natin lahat. And then we organized it slowly. We summarized the cases. We organized it by topics like more than 15 years ago. So I started more than 15 years ago. So yun, and the rest is the future. The rest was history and the rest is the future. We have We have clients from different government agencies, schools, libraries, businesses, etc. I didn't practice.
I see, I see. That's all right. That's all right. But the point that the thing that I'm seeing here, bro, is like, innovation, you know, innovation. You saw that, yes, yung traditional way of practicing law, right? Traditional way where you where you go to a lawyer and then consult them.
Yes,
You actually created something. You actually created something that will help people, you know, access these legal documents, right? And this is what
yes,
My Legal Wiz is.
yes,
And
correct.
how did you come up with the name My Legal Wiz?
During that time, Rico, uso yung MySpace. Remember MySpace.com?
Yes, yes, ang ganda nga ng
Okay.
music ko dun eh.
Talaga? Nag-MySpace ka ba?
Yes,
So
nag
sabi ko,
MySpace ako. Yeah, I was an emo
MySpace,
kid.
really? So MySpace was like a bit popular then, but pa-decline na kasi nagkaroon ng Facebook, 'di ba? Lumipat yung mga tao sa Facebook. So, sabi ko,
Hmm.
MySpace, why don't we, I want to combine my with legal brilliance. So, I cannot say my legal brilliance kasi sobrang haba. So, we came up with the word whiz. Now, whiz, which is, intelligent, brilliant, knowledgeable. So, I came up with my legal whiz. Kasi yun naman talaga ang ano namin ang offering namin. When you use the system, you get more intelligent. No, you
Nice.
have more, yeah, you have more information and knowledge to be able to study well, to be able to advise your clients well, and to become really generally legally knowledgeable. Kaya it's my legal whiz.
I see. And I remember you mentioned that, government agencies in the Philippines are using My Legal Wiz. And one of them is, naalala ko you said, the National Library of the Philippines, tama ba?
Yes.
National Library.
National
And
Library.
how are they utilizing this innovation para sa mga, para sa kanila?
Kasi ang National Library, bro, is cater to all citizens of the Philippines. So whoever goes there, they can access information, books, databases. So the reason why My Legal Wiz was procured by the National Library is when someone needs, for example, legal knowledge or legal information, at least meron ganun na item or database for them to be able to serve them. So they saw that value because we provide legal documents. Now, legal documents that is not immediately available in the internet and it's Philippine focused na hindi mo na kailangan kumuha ng lawyer immediately to draft it. So, it's provided there. So, kaya kinuha nila and yun, they saw the huge value to the Filipinos.
So does a normal Filipino have access to My Legal Wiz if they go to the National Library?
Yes, yes. If they
Okay.
go to the National Library, what I envision actually is not only for My Legal Wiz to be in the National Library, but for every Filipino to have it. Because our vision is to empower the citizens. If you
Wow.
have
Wow.
legal knowledge, easily be oppressed or abused. Diba? Because you have leverage with the law. As long as there is a functional rule of law in your country or society, you are protected with the law. So the reason why we provided it to National Library, it's the first step. No, the first step
Mm.
towards democratizing legal services and legal knowledge.
Wow, bro. I loved it when you said you wanted the citizens of the Philippines, or every citizen or every Filipino, to have access to legal, so that they don't, get oppressed, diba? And then this is something
Yes.
that I feel na napakagandang layunin niya, na that,
Mm.
we're providing this kind of value to Filipinos, especially those na walang alam sa batas ng
Sa batas.
Pilipinas, 'di ba? Exactly. Yung mga mahihirap, yung mga nasa probinsya or something, most of them don't even know kung ano yung what's legally right, how to protect themselves as well, knowing the state of our country right now, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then, you know what? how does a national library of the in the national library? How does a Filipino access My Legal Wiz?
Well, they go inside the library and they ask for example, if they have a document like an affidavit. And then I think the library has a policy of, letting them access the computer and then downloading it and then printing it. It's so easy, so they just need to go there, the National Library, and then if they need like legal information, either cases or an information about succession, taxes, annulment, affidavits,
Mm.
deeds of sale, agreements, letters, they can get it from the National Library. Of course, hindi lang naman sa National Library yon, kasi National Library is only located in Manila eh. So they can also get it from if they are from different schools. Nakaano rin tayo, nakasubscribe din yung mga different schools sa My Legal Wiz eh. So
Mm.
if they are affiliated with that school, they can also access My Legal Wiz from that school. In
You
fact,
know what?
during the
You know what I
yeah.
feel? I sorry, bro. You know what? What I feel that the OFWs will benefit a lot
Mm-hmm.
from My Legal Wiz because they're
Yes.
I'm in Singapore and I meet a lot of OFWs. Some of them have problems back home at hindi nila maayos yun because they're like what 3 to 4 hours flight away. If they had
Mm.
access to an innovation like this, like My Legal Wiz, then it would have been easier for them to handle legal problems back in the Philippines, like yung dispute sa lupa, or divorce, annulment, yung
Family.
family, yung hindi yung kuwari, yung si Mister hindi nagsusustento sa pamilya, yung mga ganun ba?
Mm.
Yeah. But you were saying something, bro. Continue mo yung sinasabi.
Hindi. Yeah. With before kasi, during the pandemic, we provided My Legal Wiz to all Quezon City constituents.
Mm.
All 1 million of them, now we provided it for free. So dun pa lang, that is the test of democratizing legal services and knowledge. So maraming gumamit talaga. No? Marami tayong natulungan during the pandemic. Kasi you cannot go to meet, for example, a public attorney kasi you cannot just travel. You need to have like IDs. You need to be vaccinated. Medyo control yung movement during that time. So I saw the opportunity to help. No, it's actually pro bono, and tested it with the Quezon City constituents, and we were able to help a lot of people. Then going to the OFWs, it's very important. No, OFWs, even if they are abroad, they have families here. Definitely, they need something, a legal support for them to be able to access and help them with their legal issues at home. Tama ka, there's a problem with the family, child support, marriage, land, properties, the usual problems yan eh. Even
Mm.
inheritance, etc., document drafting. Mahirap kasing isipin pa yan ba habang
Mm.
that's why our goal also is for Philippine embassies.
Okay. Is there any embassies using it now?
Not yet, not yet. So there's an important gap to be filled for embassies to be able to help our OFWs abroad. Kasi ang usual services nila is processing lang
Mm.
of employment, especially yung POEA, 'di ba? Overseas Employment Department dito sa Philippines. Embassy should have it so that every OFW or Filipinos abroad, if they need access to legal information or legal services or legal documents, they can just go to the embassy, download and print it. Yun, tapos, no? They will be able to hopefully solve any legal issues they have in mind in the country.
That's nice, bro. That's really great to hear, bro, that
Mm-mm.
you're looking for problems and providing solution. But let
Mm-mm.
me step back a bit, bro. Okay, because you mentioned na you have a purpose to help Filipinos all over the world, giving them access to legal database. Now, I want to ask you, bro, who is Dexter and why do you feel that you want to help Or why do you have this as a purpose to help the Filipinos globally using My Legal Wiz?
Well, bro, number one, legal services kasi it's not accessible and it's very expensive.
Mm.
And the reality of legal services is they earn from inefficiency. The more time they spend in a legal problem, the more money that you need to pay because per hour basis eh. No, hindi naman usually output basis yan. So I saw that kind of situation. It's unfair and it's not good for a lot of people. So the reason why I want to provide My Legal Wiz to everyone is because it will solve a lot of their legal concerns. Now, legal concerns, not only the substantive part of legal concerns like family, documentation, drafting of business documents, but the legal concern of expensive legal services, legal concern of inefficient legal services, and wala kang mahanap na abogado that you can, you can rely immediately. So, itong My Legal Wiz, since it's an objective technology, and law is about precision and accuracy, it combines all those elements to solve that kind of concern. So when you ask, for example, My Legal Wiz, or right now our AI, now artificial intelligence system known as Leia, you can get immediately a first draft or a solution to your legal question without even immediately asking for a lawyer. I'm not saying that you don't need a lawyer. Of course, you still need a human lawyer for verification, but at least meron ka kaagad knowledge na parang, okay, I just need this knowledge. I don't need to spend immediately for a lawyer.
At least ready ka, when you engage a lawyer.
Yes, at least ready ka. When you engage the lawyer, you can ask the lawyer, attorney, nakuha ko dito sa Leia yung discussion na to with specific legal and jurisprudential citations, which is the legal basis of a certain opinion, information, legal information. Pwede mong pa-verify sa kanya. You can have an intelligent discussion with your lawyer.
You know what, bro? The moment you mentioned na, it's a time-consuming thing to do when it comes to accessing legal stuff back in the Philippines. I can totally understand yung purpose mo because, I think everybody knows I work in the finance industry. I'm a wealth manager here in Singapore. My journey in the finance industry has been long. It's gonna be almost a decade, 9 years. And there's one thing that I realized about the finance industry. Okay, instead of actual financial advisory, it became a sales game. Yeah, so it became a sales game, and back then I was working in captive agency, insurance, right? And then there's one thing that I started to realize. Why is it that our trainings is about objection handling, how to sell,
Yeah.
instead of training how to help your client, invest properly and find ways to make the right decisions in terms of making more money or in the financial markets or even getting insurance, because back then I was representing one single company, and clients would tend to, okay, let me see what the other shop is offering. And then part of the training is how to get your clients to think that the company that I represented was the best, and that's the company that they should choose. And I felt that, hey, this is not advisory anymore, because if the other company has better options, why am I forcing myself and trying to convince the client that they should do business with us if the other company is offering something better? If I really want the best for my clients, then I should shoot them back to the other company, right? Send them to the other company and say, hi sir, ganda po yung offer nila, doon kayo pumunta. But the problem is, there's gonna be a conflict of interest kasi I won't earn. My company is not gonna be happy because I'm not promoting their product. Which then why, I switched to independent financial advisory. So nandiyan, wealth manager, where I have access to many different companies. I have access to global markets, CIS, unit trust funds, and all that stuff that I feel gives the clients more options and more things for me to recommend. It wouldn't have
Mm-hmm.
to be a sales game, but rather it's more like an advisory. Okay, Mr. Client, you need this particular product or this particular investment vehicle. Okay, this company offers it this way. It has bonuses, whatever, but it has higher fees. This one is liquid, but there's a spread. Something like that. So I can
Mm-hmm.
understand yung ginagawa mo because you want things to be more people centric. Do you
Yeah.
agree with that? Being people
Yes, yes.
centric. Yeah. And another question that I want to ask, bro. So you mentioned you haven't talked about a lot about Leia AI, right? Because I was gonna ask you earlier, having My Legal Wiz as the database, anong pinagkaiba if a person just searches on ChatGPT yung mga legal
Yeah.
question na to versus My Legal Wiz and Leia AI?
Yeah. Well, with Google kasi and for example ChatGPT nga yung sabi mo. These are generic search engines and generic AIs. They're focused on the general understanding of the world. For example, when you type for example who is the tallest Hollywood the superstar or the fastest man in the world, so they will be able to answer it just like any other search engine or tool. The difference is Leia and My Legal Ways are focused on law and it's focused on Philippine law. So itong mga search engine na to like ChatGPT, they're not focused on anything. They are general search engine. Why is that? Why does that matter? Because in legal, you need to be accurate and precise. The reason why you need to always have a legal basis in court is hindi mo pwedeng hulaan kung ano yung rights and duties mo as a citizen or as a business or as an ordinary person. So if you will use for example ChatGPT on that one, it will get different kinds of information across the web that may not really be applicable to you. And worse actually, it might hallucinate na tinatawag, no? It can
Mm,
create
mm.
its own. It can create its own legal jurisprudence, it can create its own legal citation or legal basis because it's not created for precision and accuracy. It's meant for creativity, drafting of emails,
That is
making videos.
ChatGPT. That's
That is
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT. While
Okay.
in My Legal Wiz, it's focused on precision and accuracy of the law, specifically Philippine law, which is what lawyers, law students, and clients need. They don't need creativity in law. They need to know what their specific legal rights and obligations are.
Mm,
So it
mm.
reduces definitely hallucinations. You cannot go to court kasi if mali yung legal citation mo eh. You will
Mm.
be cited in contempt. Sabi nga nila, pwede ka pang ma-cite in contempt, pwede kang matalo talaga sa kaso.
I see, I see. So pag nagtanong ka sa Leia, they're
Mm.
gonna provide you with what? Citations? And
Yes.
citations that's coming from My Legal Wiz, which is the brain of Leia. Tama?
Yes.
And then it will provide also yung mga case studies, correct?
Yes, yes. It will give you what do you call this? An easy to understand legal explanation of your situation with citations.
Ang lupit,
So
bro.
it's 'di ba? So it's very useful because it can speak Tagalog. It
Mm-mm.
can answer you in Filipino, in your local language, and of course in English,
Mm.
explaining with you legal jargons that usually you won't understand if you will just search in the internet or
Grabe.
search in ChatGPT.
Damn, pare. You know what, bro? May naisip lang ako. With the
Mm,
current situation of the Philippines, although yes, I'm in Singapore and,
yeah.
maybe what I'm saying is just my opinion.
Mm,
But I see the news online about what's going on in the Philippines, right?
mm-hmm.
In the political landscape of the Philippines, bro.
Yeah.
I want to ask you something, bro. In a society where the rule of law is something that is questioned, where potential corruption and misinformation or even selective justice exist,
Mm,
Ano sa tingin mo ang magiging role ni Leia AI and My Legal Wiz sa ganitong situation?
Great question. Well, legal systems exist in time by preserving legal knowledge and reasoning. Just like what we do with Leia when you ask questions, we document the violations and keeping legal traditions alive even when they're not enforced. In the Philippines kasi, our problem is the law is bent. The law is bent for political purposes. The law is bent for serving, for example, the government officials' personal interest. So with Leia, even if there's no rule of law, we will be able to preserve the legal knowledge and reasoning, document the violations, keeping legal traditions alive even when they're not enforced. So legal AI like Leia can help ensure that when political change does occur, for example, itong admin na to, there is an institutional memory. There is a memory and technical infrastructure to rebuild the legitimate legal systems. So parang nagre-record siya.
Wow.
Rights and duties and violations so that once again nag-normalize na yung situation and rule of law once again prevails, meron ng base. You can still access it. For example, there are government officials who plundered the resources o who committed malversation pero hindi sila na-prosecute during this time because there's a rule of law. But since there's a record through Leia or My Legal Wiz of the law, you will be able to prosecute them when rule of law comes back in place.
So that means, bro, let's say I'm a Filipino and then there's a particular politician who announced something, or kung may ginawa siya, right? I can technically ask Leia whether this particular politician is doing the right thing based on the rule of law. Tama ba?
Correct. That is where our mission comes in. It empowers the citizens. When a government breaks their own laws, citizens often don't know their nominal rights or how those rights are being violated. So Leia can democratize legal knowledge, helping people to understand, number one, what protections theoretically exist. A lot of people don't know that. How current practices deviate from stated law. A lot of practices right now in the Philippines are not based on law. They are based on politics. They're based on, power. And how to document violations for future accountability. Correct. It empowers the citizens by, people just knowing about their rights and duties even without rule of law. It shows the current it relates the current problem in the country right now. No, kasi hindi talaga pag ayaw nila yung batas, it doesn't favor them, they won't implement it.
They will bend it, as you mentioned.
They will bend it, no? Sabi nga ng isang DOJ secretary, now ombudsman with a big responsibility, sabi niya, you can bend the law as long as you don't.
Yeah, it's not objective. It's gonna be either right or wrong,
Exactly.
There's no in between.
Can you just imagine, Rico, if a powerful government official who is in charge of the Department of Justice of the country and an ombudsman right now says that thing, what does it show to the Filipino people? That there's no rule of law.
Yeah, and then it becomes hindi siya nagiging dependable, bro.
Yes, you cannot
in my
depend
opinion,
on it.
parang you cannot depend on it. And you feel like, I don't know whether I should pursue when I feel like I'm being oppressed. Because I'm not even sure if the rule of law is gonna protect me or not. Right? Now, bro, I want to go deeper, right? Because this is something that I rarely talk about here on air. Nung first nating mag-meet, right? We immediately connected, and then on the topics that most people today avoid. And that's the topic of masculinity, discipline, accountability, and the search of truth. We both believe that many of the world's problem, whether in business, in family, or leadership, came from the lack of strong, grounded men with positive masculine values. And ito rin yung rason kung bakit tayo nag-decide na okay, let's push through the first step with Patrick saka your brother Ram. And this is for us to bring this conversation back to the surface because this is something that people don't talk about, right? Conversations that remind men to lead, to take responsibility, to embody values that builds families, communities, and nation. Ayun yung talaga yung nag-stood up sa akin pa. Nung nag-decide ka to entrust me with your investments here in Singapore, you said something like, honestly, it's one of my biggest compliments na na-receive ko this year, bro. Na sinabi mo sa akin that, one of the reason you felt confident was because you saw that I embodied positive male values. Can you tell me more about that? What were you thinking during that time, knowing that it's a risk to entrust your hard-earned money to someone you had just met and who even operates outside the Philippines?
Yeah. Number one, no, you were referred by a person that I trusted also. No, Patrick. And most importantly, even without that referral, I saw in you the masculine trait of having the responsibility and word of honor, regardless of we have a contract or not. I believe that when you have that masculine trait of word of honor, you will fulfill your word. Whatever, kahit ano man mangyari, no? And I can trust you with what you say and do, and you are responsible over it. So if you make a mistake, you will take responsibility over it. If you do well, definitely it will be great for everyone. So kita ko that masculine trait, which is actually absent in our society in general right now, what I can see, is the word of honor of a masculine man, which I saw in you. So yun yung importante sa akin. No, I can
Bro,
trust.
I want to ask you a question, bro. So you mentioned sa Philippine political landscape, so there's no objective rule of law, diba? Rules can be bent. I'm just trying to connect the dots. Could it be because what? Lack of masculinity? I don't know, man. You tell me. What do you think?
Yes, because when you say that rules can be bent, that means that you are in your unstable feminine nature, because there's a difference between masculine and feminine. Feminine is straightforward, structured. Feminine is more chaotic and go with the flow. So when you're talking about the law and implementing the law, there's no gray area. It's dura lex sed lex. The law is harsh, but it is the law, sabi nga nila. You need to implement strictly the law, because if you think that you can bend the law, you will eventually break it. Diba? Hanggang saan yung dulo? Let's bend it more until it breaks. No, you cannot do that. Once the law, when you implement the law, when you strictly implement the law, it is an attribute of masculine capacity. It's an attribute, it's a masculine trait to implement the law strictly. And lacking dito sa Pilipinas. Not only that, Rico, no, but also yung word of honor. No, word of honor dito sa Philippines is also lacking. Remember when I gave you that book of there's a chapter there that says that a feminine essence, the truth of the feminine is the way they feel at the present moment. That is their truth. But you cannot do that with the law. You cannot say na parang, I feel to implement the law right now.
Yeah, you can't do that.
No.
Hindi po pwede yun.
You can't do that. Whether you feel to implement it or not, if it is the law, you need to implement it.
Just to be clear for those who are watching, there's a difference between what we mean by feminine and masculine essence is not by lalaki or babae. What we meant, every person, whether you're male or female, you have a certain percentage of feminine essence and masculine essence. It's just that males in general, are driven to have more masculine essence. Kaya kung napapansin nyo, yung mga lalaki, we are more straightforward when it comes to making decisions. We are more straightforward to implement rules, whether sa family mo or kung may posisyon ka sa gobyerno,
Decisive.
right? You're decisive, right? Right? Whereas the feminine nature is emotional. Your decision is based on what you are currently feeling, right? Your current emotional state. Now, relating this to the rule of law cannot be because of your current emotional state, right? It's gotta be decisive. It's gotta be objective. It's gotta be
Yes.
black or white, right? But you know what, bro? After our meeting, when we first met, I went home and then usap ko si Karina, my wife, and I said, babe, this relationship between me and Dexter will go beyond investor and wealth manager. I can feel that, we're gonna start something. We're gonna change the Philippines, babe. Because right away, man, nakita ko yung alignment natin in terms of values. We have the same fire. We have the same sense of purpose to help our fellow men to realize what we are actually lacking. So take note, why do I say man is lacking? Because the masculine nature, right? We are meant to lead. At ang feminine nature is basically she is, their nature is to, how do you say this? They are the nurturers, and at the same time when they act, it's based on their current emotional state. So now bilang lalaki, if your partner or your wife is, bunganga, masyadong maingay, laging may opinion, walang respeto, hindi nila kasalanan yun. Agree ka ba dun, bro?
Well, our wives or partners are the mirror, our mirror.
Yes.
So it's very important to think, but a lot of men don't know that, no?
Yeah.
It's a reflection of you. So if you're taking the lead or responsibility over your relationship, over your business, it will reflect on you. Your wife's emotions, moods, reflects upon you as a responsible masculine man. If you're not taking responsibility, makikita mo yun sa partner mo. So yes, correct. I believe in that.
So, bilang isang lalaki, you should then show perhaps siguro 80% masculine trait of leadership, values. You gotta show your purpose, and when you embody such values, then I would say that your wife will also automatically be in her feminine. Kasi when a man lacks masculine essence, there is a vacuum. You mentioned this before. There's a vacuum. And then the feminine will then fill it up, right? They fill it up and then they start to lead because the woman thinks that you cannot lead. You see?
Yes.
That's
vicious
the root.
Cycle.
Yeah, that's a vicious cycle. And then that's the root why many couples are fighting, the divorce rates are high because men are lacking masculine essence. The women had to fill it up, but it's not natural to them. My wife would rather just sit at home and take care of the kids and just go with the flow, having she just wants to have that, what's the word? Gusto niya yung meron siyang
freedom.
No, not freedom. It's more like she wants to feel that I can depend on Rico.
Yeah.
That I don't have to think so much. I just follow his lead. I'll be well taken care of. My kids will be taken care of, right? Now, if you're the kind of man who doesn't show that to your wife, then she will step up. She will bring in her masculine essence. And then, ayun na, magsa-start na siya mag-lead. Then the male will feel disrespected, magko-complain here and there. These are things that we learn from The Way of the Superior Man by David Deida, right?
Yeah.
But you know what, bro? Itong na to, this connection, right? This collaboration between the two of us, right? I I highly believe in this because men should be collaborative to bring value to the society. What do you think
Yes.
about that?
Yes, because we're tribal in nature,
Mm.
We thrive with the help of other men.
Mm.
Sabi nila, help with other competent men.
Mm.
Itong collaboration, getting feedback from authentic masculine men is very beneficial to the society. For example, I was able to share with you the very life-changing book of David Deida,
Mm.
and we talk about philosophy and value rather than just business, which is very important. So these kinds of things that we do will not only help the society but also help us in growing as human beings and as masculine men.
These are how many percent do you think of the population of the world has this kind of setup or has this kind of mindset?
Well, one of my coaches, like the coaches that I've watched is Corey Wayne. He said that there are only 3% of the men who are like this. We need to reach the Pareto principle, bro. The Pareto principle is 20%.
Yeah.
20% so that it can really change the world. No, we're still in that 3% area where men really act like real men. Dito lang sa Pilipinas, the leaders are not acting like men. A lot of them are weak. That's why nakakaganito yung Pilipinas. When you are weak, you become vessels of evil. The evil will fill in the vacuum. I'm not saying, for example, kanina, no, we were talking about filling up the vacuum when there's lack of masculinity. Feminine essence will fill it. And that feminine woman, for example, is not within his nature to lead. Because definitely women doesn't want to really, make important, crucial decisions that can affect massive amount of people, diba? So, in our nature kasi, hunter and gatherers, we have different roles. Nurturing ang babae, ang lalaki ang pumapatay ng beast. Siya yung namamatay. So, for hundreds of thousands of years, that's what we're doing. Tapos gagawin mo,
Yeah.
diba? You are the weak man who doesn't take responsibility and you let the woman lead. What do you think will make our society then?
Correct.
That's what's happening in the
Not
country,
many
right?
men know about this, and then in fact, not many men even think about this. It's so funny how there are people like us who actually think about this. It's weird, but bro, I have another question for you, and I think this is the most this is usually my favorite question that I ask, right? You see, you've shared your story from many years back when you started My Legal Wiz, and now with your new innovation, Leia AI. Bro, if you have one important lesson that you could tell Filipino men, not just those in the Philippines, but all over the world, what would that be?
Take accountability on
Oof.
anything. Take responsibility. So if there's feminism, don't complain. Look at yourself first.
Wow.
If your woman, your wife is nagging, don't blame her. Look at yourself first. If your business is not doing great, don't blame external factors. Look at yourself first. Take complete responsibility. Assume complete responsibility, knowing that even if it's within your control, you can still do something about it. So when you assume complete responsibility of anything, you will be able to immediately improve your situation. Admit your mistakes, then immediately improve. So that is very, very important. That is what is lacking right now. If you will look at a lot of politicians, they always blame, for example, the previous administration about what's happening right now. And it is their responsibility because it is the present moment, it is where what's happening right now, it's in the present moment, it is within their responsibility, both here and abroad. Always blaming others. Laging wag kang maghugas ng kamay as a masculine man. Look at yourself in the mirror and take complete responsibility.
Wow, my goodness, bro. In fact, madami actually maapektuhan yung sinabi mo. Which is good. Which is good, bro. Which
Yeah.
is good. This is something that we highly believe. We gotta take responsibility. But of course, bro, every man had experienced growth, right? During your early days, were there a time when you felt that, you know, you lacked masculinity? Or rather, I'll change the question. Were you always like this? Maybe a
No,
decade from now.
no. I have to constantly learn. That's another thing, no. You need to constantly renew yourself. This is not me. I don't have like real masculine foundation.
Mm.
I don't really have real masculine foundation in my environment, in my immediate environment. So I have to learn through experience. I have to learn through reading books and observing masculine men. So I made a lot of mistakes, definitely. We are a constant evolution of ourselves. Our purpose in life is to reach our highest truth, our highest potential. What does that mean? We're not static individuals as
Mm.
masculine men. We should constantly, or we are constantly improving. So once you stop learning, once you stop evolving, might as well be dead.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
for me.
In fact, until now, at this age, right, we are still growing. There is still a lot to learn. And one lesson that I think everybody should take from this, right, is to be in constant growth, continuous search for growth. You're not the best now. Okay, fine, you could be a billionaire right now, but is that all? You can do more. Always chase the betterment of yourself, your family, the society, and then you'll find a purpose, right? So, you know what? Is there any place where we can, our viewers can watch all these topics that we have talked about, especially in the realm of Philippine politics and masculinity as a whole?
Well, they can watch our page, the Global Pinoy, and of course the first step,
The
which
first
focuses
step.
on values. The
Yes,
first step,
yes.
the focus on values and philosophy. They can watch different maybe philosophers in YouTube. Marami
Mm.
rin eh. Corey Wayne is one.
David
Of course,
Data.
we recommend David Data, The Way of the Superior Man, nandyan sa
Mm.
likod. 'Di ba? Yan,
Mm.
nakalagay, naka-display yan. One of my
Mm.
quote-unquote Bibles.
Mm.
And you need to constantly learn. Don't just watch
Mm.
TikTok videos about dancing and, sexy girls. It pollutes your mind. It distracts you from your vision.
Yeah, yeah. So those who wanna watch more about this particular topic, because I know sometimes napaka-boring ng topic na pera at business. But if you wanna, hear things that is that are not usually talked about, somewhere here under this screen, the link to the First Step YouTube channel and Facebook will be here.
Yeah.
Click it sa description at.
Yes.
And for those who are watching here, watching the Global Pinoy Podcast episode 6, I hope na we motivated you guys, and we hope that we've provided value through our stories, and we wish everybody the best, all the Filipinos all over the world, back in the Philippines as well. And thank you again, Dexter. Thank you, Dexter, for hopping into my podcast, into the Global Pinoy. And yeah, we hope to see you again.
Pleasure. Yeah.